Okay, so now that we had a chance to delve into some of the sonnets and really focus on their form and structure and how we label and diagram them and basically how these sonnets are constructed, it's time for your final assessment. In my opinion, there's no better way to determine whether or not you know the form and structure of a Shakespearean sonnet other than to make you write one. So for your assignment, your final assessment, you are going to write your own Shakespearean sonnet with a little bit of a twist. So let me go and explain to you the requirements, and we'll see if this all makes sense. Okay, so first of all, what we're writing for our final assessment is a Shakespearean sonnet. This will be a 100-point test grade. Okay, so you're going to be writing a Shakespearean sonnet, and here are the requirements. Number 1 is it must have a title. Please do not call it My Shakespearean Sonnet or Sonnet 1. Be creative, have some fun with that. Number 2 is this must be typed. Number 3, it can be any font style, any font color, as long as it's legible. Number 4, for this one, go ahead and use anywhere from size, I know it says 12, but anywhere from size 12 to 14 font. Okay, now, obviously, in blue are the most important parts. So first of all, this sonnet must follow all parts of the Shakespearean sonnet's form and structure. So first of all, number 1 is it must have 14 lines. Number 2 is it must use the traditional sonnet rhyme scheme of A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, G, G. It also must be written in iambic pentameter. For this assignment, what we're going to ask you to focus on is to make sure that the sonnet has exactly 10 syllables per line. So don't worry about the unstressed, stressed syllables and worrying about the rhythm and the meter. Just focus on the fact that each line has exactly 10 syllables. Remember, there are syllable counters out there on the internet that you can double check your words and lines with. Next, it must have 3 quatrains and a couplet. And then last but not least, and this is where your writing and creativity will come into play, it must have a volta or a twist. Use some of those key words. Try to change the direction of your sonnet. So for example, maybe you're talking about how much you love pizza, but by the end of the sonnet in your volta, you realize that eating too much pizza has not been the greatest for your diet. Something like that. Be clever, have some fun there. Okay? Now, 6, 7, and 8. Let me get to number 7 and let me get to number 8 first. You must have a picture that associates with your topic. So if your sonnet is about Notre Dame Academy, then you should have a picture that relates to that makes sense. Don't have a picture of aliens if you're writing about a school. Okay? And then number 8 is it must blend both modern and Shakespearean language together in the sonnet. So what we're looking for is just, again, a little bit of creativity. Be clever. Just every once in a while, 3 or 4 times maybe, take some of our modern language and put it into Shakespeare's language. So most of this sonnet will be written in modern language, but 3 or 4 times throughout, try to incorporate some of Shakespeare's language. So how would Shakespeare say you, right? Or go, and have some fun with that. Okay? Now, the one that I want to talk about is right here, number 6. Okay? As we know, most of Shakespeare's sonnets were about some type of love. Okay? You are not allowed to write about love. You can write about anything except love in the sonnet. So please do not declare your undying love for so-and-so. Okay? Please do not declare your undying love for your puppy. Okay? Be creative, right? Don't be afraid to use humor, mock something, describe something, have fun, right? We've had sonnets that have been written about Facebook, Snapchat, food, One Direction, the instrument that somebody plays, the sport that they play, and the way that it makes them feel. Just whatever you do, try to stay away from that sappy Shakespearean sonnet love type poetry. Okay, most love poetry isn't very good, right? Unless you're Shakespeare. So try to stay away from it. Okay? So again, please review these requirements. If you take all these numbers and you add them up, you'll see that this is worth exactly 100 points. Okay? Again, you're writing about anything that you want except love. Please do not torture me, right? And again, make sure you're following these requirements. Last but not least, a reminder that most of this is going to be written in modern language, but we want you to sprinkle in some Shakespearean language here and there. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. Shoot me an email. We can Zoom about this, whatever you need to do. All right? Thanks. Good luck.